Minor Leaning Tower of Pisa, Italy region, Tuscany city, Pisa exact site, Piazza dei Miracoli, Square of Miracles. A UNESCO World Heritage Site coordinates 43.723 ON, 10.3966 E structure type, freestanding. Bell Tower Campanile of Pisa Cathedral height 56 meters, 183 feet. Floors 8, including the bell chamber weight, 14,500 metric tons material. White and grey marble in Romanesque style staircase, 294-300. Spiral steps leading to the top bells, 7 bells. Tuned to different musical notes unique feature. Tower leans about 3.97 to the south due to weak soil and shallow foundations. History and construction. Leaning Tower of Pisa. Beginning of construction work on the tower started on 9 August 1173 during Pisa's Golden Age. When the city was a powerful maritime republic, it was intended to serve as the freestanding bell tower campanile for the Cathedral of Pisa. The exact architect remains uncertain, but names often suggested are Bonanno, Pisano, and Dieta Salvi. First, phase 1173 to 1178, the first 3 stories were built. Almost immediately, the structure began to tilt southwards due to weak clay and sandy soil combined with a shallow perimeter foundation. Work was halted after 5 years to prevent collapse. Second, phase 1272 to 1284. Construction resumed nearly a century later. Engineers attempted to correct the tilt by building upper floors, taller on one side, giving the tower its distinctive curved shape. A further 3 floors were added. Work was stopped again because of wars between Pisa and its rival, Genoa. Final phase, 1319-1372. Building restarted under different architects. The final 2 stories and the bell chamber were completed by 1372. After almost 199 years, the tower was finished, still leaning, but standing firm. Later developments by the late 20th century. The tilt had increased to about 5.5, raising fears of collapse. Between 1990 to 2001, the tower was closed to visitors, while engineers stabilized it through soil extraction, counterweights, and anchoring techniques. The lean was reduced to 3.97, making the structure safe for at least another 200 years. Why is it leaning? Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is world famous not only for its architecture but also for its unintended tilt. The reasons for this lean are rooted in geology, engineering limitations of the medieval period, and centuries of structural challenges. 1. Weak foundation. The tower was built on a shallow foundation only 3 meters deep. Inadequate for such a massive structure weighing around 14,500 metric tons. For a building of its height 56 meters. A deeper foundation would have been necessary to ensure stability. 2. Unstable soil. The ground beneath Pisa consists of soft clay, fine sand, and shells. This type of soil cannot bear heavy loads evenly, causing the tower to sink unevenly. 3. Early tilt during construction. The tilt was noticed as early as 1178, when only the 3rd story had been completed. Medieval builders lacked the technology to correct the issue, but tried to compensate by building upper floors with one side taller than the other, creating the tower's distinctive curved shape. 4. Increasing lean over centuries. The tilt worsened gradually due to rain, groundwater changes, and soil compression. By the late 20th century, the lean reached about 5.5, making the tower dangerously close to collapse. 5. Modern stabilization between 1990 and 2001. Engineers undertook extensive restoration. Techniques included soil extraction from beneath the north side to balance the south lean lead counterweights on the north side, anchoring cables to secure the structure. After these efforts, the lean was reduced to about 3.97, which is now considered safe. Key features and facts. Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is not only famous for its tilt, but also for its design, craftsmanship, and unique architectural details that set it apart from other medieval monuments. 1. Height and dimensions. Total height 56 meters, 183 feet. Because of the lean, one side is shorter than the other. Diameter at the base 15.5 meters, 50 feet. 2. Floors and levels. The tower has 8 levels in total. 6 main stories with open galleries and arches. A top level with the bell chamber. The ground base. Section 3. Weight estimated. Weight 14,500 metric tons. For staircase contains 294 to 300 spiral steps. The number differs slightly depending on how they are counted due to the tilt. Visitors climb these steps to reach the top, which offers panoramic views of Pisa. 5. Bells. The bell chamber holds 7 bells. Installed in 1655, each bell is tuned to a different musical note, forming a complete scale. The largest bell is called l'Assunta. 6. Architectural style. Built in the Romanesque style, popular in medieval Europe. Features include arcades, columns, marble cladding, and decorative carvings. Constructed primarily from white and grey marble. 7. Part of Pisa Cathedral complex. The tower belongs to the religious and architectural complex known as the Piazza dei Miracoli Square of Miracles, which includes Pisa Cathedral, Duomo di Pisa, the main church baptistry, the largest in Italy, Campo Santo, monumental cemetery. Leaning Tower of Pisa, the bell tower. 8. UNESCO Heritage declared. A UNESCO Heritage declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987, along with the entire Square of Miracles. 9. Tourist symbol recognized worldwide as one of the most photographed landmarks, famous for playful tourist photos, where visitors appear to hold up or push the tower. Interesting fact: the tower does not lean uniformly. It actually has a slight curve, because builders tried to correct the tilt during construction by adding extra height to one side of the upper levels. UNESCO World Heritage Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is not an isolated monument, but part of a remarkable architectural and religious ensemble known as the Piazza dei Miracoli Square of Miracles. Its recognition by UNESCO highlights both its artistic beauty and its cultural importance to human history. 1. Date of recognition: the Piazza dei Miracoli, including the Leaning Tower, was inscribed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1987.2. Components of the site: the UNESCO designation covers the entire square, which contains 4 major monuments. Cathedral of Pisa, Duomo di Pisa, a masterpiece of Romanesque architecture. Baptistery of St. John, the largest baptistery in Italy, combining Romanesque and Gothic styles. Camposanto Monumentale, a monumental cemetery with frescoes and sacred soil. Leaning Tower of Pisa, the Campanile, distinguished by its famous tilt. 3. Reasons for inscription: UNESCO recognized the site because it represents a harmonious ensemble of medieval architecture, showcasing Pisa's wealth and influence as a maritime republic. The artistic quality of the marble work, arcades, and sculptures is of outstanding universal value. The Leaning Tower's tilt, though unintended, makes it unique and one of the most iconic monuments worldwide. 4. Cultural significance. The square is often called the Field of Miracles, symbolizing religious devotion and architectural ambition. The Leaning Tower has become a global symbol of Italy, as recognizable as the Colosseum in Rome or the Eiffel Tower in Paris. It demonstrates both the limitations of medieval engineering and the success of modern preservation efforts. Visitor information. Leaning Tower of Pisa. If you are planning a trip to Pisa, the Leaning Tower is the highlight of the city. Below are the essential details for visitors. Location for visitors' dress. Piazza del Duomo, Piazza dei Miracoli, 56,126 Pisa Pi, Italy. Accessible by foot from Pisa Center. Railway station, approx. 20 to 25 minutes walk. Opening hours summer, April-September, 9 a.m., 8 o'clock p.m. Winter October, March, 9 a.m., 6 o'clock p.m. Hours may vary on public holidays and religious events. Entry and tickets. Climbing the tower, approx. €20 per person. Combined tickets available for the cathedral, baptistry, Camposanto, and museums within Piazza dei Miracoli. Cathedral entry free of charge, but a timed pass must be collected. Age under 8 years old are not permitted to climb the tower for safety reasons. Children between 8 to 18 years must be accompanied by an adult. Duration of visit. The climb takes around 30 to 40 minutes. A full visit to the Piazza dei Miracoli complex may take 2 to 3 hours. Best time to visit. Spring, March-May, and early autumn, September-October, are ideal for pleasant weather and fewer crowds. Early morning or late afternoon offers better lighting for photography and shorter queues. Visitor experience. The spiral staircase provides a unique sensation of imbalance due to the tilt from the top. There are panoramic views of Pisa and the surrounding Tuscan countryside. Most visitors also enjoy taking the famous holding up the tower photographs in the square. Practical tips. Bags are not allowed inside the tower. A free cloakroom is provided, but wear comfortable shoes, as the marble steps are worn and slightly slippery. Book tickets online in advance. During peak tourist season, popularity and tourism. Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is one of the most recognizable monuments in the world, attracting millions of tourists every year. Its unique tilt, combined with its medieval beauty, has made it a global icon. Visitor numbers. Pisa welcomes over 5 million visitors annually, and a large majority come specifically to see the tower. Hundreds of thousands of people climb the spiral staircase each year to experience the tilt firsthand and enjoy panoramic views. Tourist culture. The tower is world famous for playful photography, especially the classic pose of visitors appearing to hold up or push down. The leaning structure. These humorous photos have become a global social media trend, making the site even more popular among younger travelers. Pisa as a tourist destination. The Leaning Tower is the highlight of the Piazza dei Miracoli Square of Miracles, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that includes the cathedral, baptistry, and Campo Santo. Pisa is often visited as a day trip from Florence, about 1 hour by train, making it one of the most accessible landmarks in Tuscany. Despite being a small city, Pisa is internationally renowned, almost entirely because of this monument. Global symbol alongside the Colosseum in Rome, the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and Big Ben in London. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is regarded as one of Europe's most iconic landmarks. It symbolizes the idea that imperfection can become beauty, turning what was once an engineering flaw into a wonder of the world. Cultural impact. The tower is regularly featured in films, documentaries, advertisements, and artworks as a symbol of Italy. It was also listed as one of the 7 wonders of the medieval world. Its image appears on postcards, souvenirs, and even food packaging, reinforcing its status as a global brand. Security and preservation. Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa has faced serious risks of collapse over the centuries due to its unstable foundations and increasing tilt. Today, it stands not only as a medieval wonder, but also as an example of successful modern preservation. Historical risks. By the late 20th century, the tilt had reached 5.5, making the tower dangerously unstable. There were genuine fears that the tower might collapse, particularly after similar medieval towers in Italy had already fallen. Closure. For safety. In 1990, the tower was officially closed to the public for safety reasons. Bells were silenced to reduce vibrations, and the surrounding area was cordoned off. For over a decade, only engineers and restoration teams had access. Stabilization works. 1990 to 2001. A major international engineering project was launched to save the tower. Soil extraction. Engineers removed small amounts of soil from beneath the north side, allowing the tower to settle more upright. Counterweights. Hundreds of tons of lead were placed on the north side as a balancing measure. Anchoring cables. Strong steel cables were attached to secure the structure during works. Monitoring systems. Sensitive instruments were installed to measure movements in real time. Result: the tilt was reduced from 5.5 to 3.97, and the structure was stabilized. Current status. Since 2001, the tower has been declared safe for visitors once again. Engineers estimate it will remain stable for at least 200 more years, provided regular monitoring continues. Ongoing inspections ensure that seasonal changes, soil shifts, or earthquakes do not increase the lean. Preservation importance. The project to save the Leaning Tower of Pisa is often hailed as one of the greatest feats of modern engineering. Conservation. Its preservation guarantees that this symbol of imperfection turned beauty will continue to inspire future generations. Summary table. Leaning Tower of Pisa feature. Details. Name: Leaning Tower of Pisa. Tor Pendente di Pisa. Location: Pisa, Tuscany, Italy. Exact site: Piazza dei Miracoli, Square of Miracles. Coordinates 43.72. Trace: NA 10.3966. E-type cathedral bell tower, Campanile. Construction period 1173–1372, 199 years. Architect S. Attributed to Bonanno, Pisano, or Dieta Salvi. 56 meters, 183 feet. Floors 8, including bell chamber. Weight 14,500 metric tons. Material white and gray marble, Romanesque style. Staircase 294 to 300 steps. Bells 7, tuned to musical notes. Original tilt noticed after 1178. 3 stories built. Maximum tilt 5.5. 20th century. Current tilt approximately 3.97. Stabilized 2001. Stabilization 1992–2001. Soil extraction. Counterweights. Cables. UNESCO status, part of Piazza dei Miracoli. Inscribed 1987. Annual visitors 5 million plus hundreds of thousands. Climate: best time to visit: spring, March, May, and early autumn, Sept, October. Entry fee: €20 tower climb restrictions, no children under 8 allowed to climb. Cultural impact, one of the 7 wonders of the medieval world. Iconic tourist, photo destination. Conclusion. Leaning Tower of Pisa. The Leaning Tower of Pisa stands today as a symbol of both human error and human achievement. Originally conceived as a simple bell tower, it became world famous because of an unintended tilt caused by unstable soil and shallow foundations. What could have been remembered as a failed construction project has instead become a global icon, admired for its beauty, uniqueness, and resilience. Through centuries of careful preservation and a major 20th century stabilization effort, the tower has been saved from collapse and secured for future generations. It now attracts millions of visitors every year, not just for its architectural grandeur, but also for the playful and unforgettable experience it offers. Much more than a leaning structure, the tower represents the enduring charm of imperfection and the triumph of modern engineering over historical mistakes. As part of the Piazza dei Miracoli, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it remains one of the most recognizable landmarks on Earth, a lasting testament to history, culture, and the power of preservation. The Leaning Tower of Pisa is far more than just a tilted monument. It is a living story carved in marble, where history, architecture, and human ingenuity meet. What began in 1173 as a grand cathedral bell tower turned into one of the world's most extraordinary accidents, and instead of being abandoned, it was embraced as a wonder. Today, its gentle lean has become a universal symbol of Italy, and a reminder that even flaws can create timeless beauty. Safeguarded by modern science and honored by UNESCO, the tower continues to inspire millions who journey to Pisa each year, eager to climb its winding steps, admire its panoramic views, and capture the iconic holding it up photograph. In the end, the Leaning Tower of Pisa stands as a monument not only to medieval ambition, but also to human resilience and creativity. Proof that what was once considered a mistake can become one of the world's most beloved treasures.